Hello everyone, Abby here, Purple Cottage Crafts, and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I learned to make resin paper, and I learned it from, now there are a slew of videos on YouTube and on different websites on how you can make resin paper, but the very first video that I saw, and I followed her exact process, that's the one I'm going to link below. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm giving her credit, because she gave me the inspiration to do this, and her video is actually 8 years old. I just realized that. So anyway, so I'm not sure if she's still on YouTube, like, you know, doing content or whatever, but so I'm really excited to give this a go, and I've already actually did a little sample because I wanted to see if it worked first, and it did on this little paper here, and I'll show this to you up closer in a moment. So this is the resin that this lady used in her video. I will link it below. I got it from Amazon, and this is the bottle. I'll put it across the screen how much it was because I don't remember off the top of my head. So this is the resin she used. I'm doing that, and I wanted to try this out on a variety of different papers. So the first one I did is on just your standard regular copy paper, and this happens to be fabric swatch labels from Miss Tracy Fox. So I just put it on one of the labels there. And then I want to try it on, the rest of these papers are all vintage. This is some ledger paper, this is some cotton rag paper, dictionary page, and then I wanted to try it on an old book page that had a photo with nothing on the back side. And I have just, this is like a regular book page, and then this one here is a little bit thicker. So I wanted to see with the resin on this older, thicker paper, I wanted to see if I could get the same results as I did with the copy paper. So this will be a test for sure. And then I just wanted to try it on some piano roll paper. This is a scrap I happen to have on my table right now. Okay, so for the supplies that she used, besides paper and then the resin itself, she used, I believe it was these foam brushes. If she didn't, that's what I'm using, because these are you know, throwaway brushes for me, and I don't want to run my other brushes I use for like mixed media and stuff. So I just grabbed this from Dollar Tree. You can get these pretty inexpensively. Let's pull out. I don't think I'm going to do this massive one because I'm only going to be doing sections of the papers. There's not a lot in here. I mean, it goes a long way for what my purpose is, but this wasn't like, you know, super cheap either. So I'm not going to do like a whole sheet or anything like that, at least not right now. Okay, so I'm working on some, some freezer paper. The shiny side is up just to kind of protect my surface. And I'm going to go ahead and get myself set up. I'm going to cut down some of these larger papers here. And then I'll be back and we will start using or creating our resin paper. So I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, I am all prepped and ready. So let me show you my sample piece that I did. And I put it on the front and the back. And it makes it translucent, and it's pretty cool because you can see the writing in the background. See, you can see her name. Let me get my finger out of the way. Let's do it this way, Abby. You can see like the E right there. It's just so cool. Really, really cool. And I know this has been around for forever and a day. This was just my first time to play with it. So, and I thought it looked really fun, and just another way to add some different looking papers and stuff on our projects. So I believe she poured hers directly on her paper she was using, which is what I did for this one. I just concentrated on this one little area. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just try it on a little piece of wax paper over here and see how that goes. So I'm going to start with the larger ones first. I'm not going to do like this whole page or anything. I just want to try to do it over the writing. And then I'll probably do, I don't know, I might do the whole picture. If I don't, I'll just kind of focus on the people on the bottom, and I can always cut this part off, you know, or collage over it or something. So let's start with those first. These brushes look like they've been chewed up. Look at that. Only $1. Can't complain. Cannot complain. Okay, so let's do this here. Let's squeeze some out. I may go ahead and do it on the paper like she did and like I did the first time too, but for now I'm just going to do it this way. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see a little bit closer. Trying to make sure it doesn't tip over on me. Okay, so there we go. All right, so I'm going to focus on the people on the bottom, like I said. So what she did is, you know, just what I'm doing. She just brushed it on, and she coated like a whole piece of paper, and I'm not going to do that just because I want to experiment with some other types of paper. But and she did the front and she did the back, and I'm just going to do this. It's a lot quicker actually. She did not wait for one side to dry before she did the back side, which is why it's important to work on a surface like wax paper, parchment paper, a craft mat, something like that, where it's not going to stick to what it is that you're working on. So I'm going to stop right up here because I don't want to use all of this on this particular print because I got to do the back side too. All right, so there we go. So there's the side of the people walking. I'm going to flip it over and, oh, you know what? I do want to do this actually. Let me grab, just a second, you guys. Okay, I'm going to grab a few sheets of these, those papers, and I'll flip it over this way just to kind of protect the main one I'm working on since I'm going to be doing some smaller pieces. Okay, and I can see where I need to, you know, do it on the back side because it's on the bottom. And you just do this. You just, you know, brush it on. Now, if you have like some older kind of, you know, garbage brushes and you don't mind them getting, you know, like a lot worse, I guess, you can use those for sure. I actually like the foam brushes I get from like Walmart or Hobby Lobby. These ones from Dollar Tree, they're like, see how it's like real bendy? I don't like that. The tip is a little bit shorter on the other ones that I had, and I no longer have them because I use them on my sample pieces. So I need to get some more, but these, you know, these are fine too. Like I said, you know, it's just from the Dollar Tree, so I can't expect too much. And I know I could have clipped down the tip too. I just thought of that. I mean, I knew that before, but I just didn't think of it before I started doing this. Okay, so there is our first piece. And I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, go on the front side. I'm just, no reason why, I just am. And I'm going to put this one off to the side. And then we'll work on our thicker book page. I'm curious to see how this is going to play out, if it works on thicker paper, because I have not tried that. Now we'll do these two small. Now the reason I have two pieces of ledger, so I'm not sure if you can see, yeah, the watermark right here. I thought that'd be kind of cool to get that translucent look on the old watermark. So I wanted to do that as well as the money column portion. So I don't even know why I put down wax paper. I'm using these little tiny ones, or freezer paper, but oh well. So I think this is going to be extremely boring for you guys to just watch me doing the same thing over and over. I think you kind of get the idea of how to put this on the front and on the back side of your substrate. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these probably as a process. I'll put some music to it or something, and then I'll be back once I get them all done, and we'll take a look at how they're looking so far. So I will see you in just a minute. Okay, so this is the final clip and wrap up of this resin paper video. So I will put in a couple photos as I'm kind of gabbing just for a moment, showing you the date and time that I took the photos of the papers after I put the resin on. Full disclosure, let you know that it's probably been about close to 2 weeks since I took the last picture, because I kind of forgot about it. Even though it's on our dining room table, it's kind of in the corner. I just kind of walked past it for a while and didn't even think anything about it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I need to get this off the table. So I brought it out here, and then it was a couple more days, and then I just had a chance in between projects to finish this. So I wanted to explain why you're going to see dates from like the I think like the 10th or something of March, and then the lateness of it being posted on my channel. So that is why I'm going to put a little video clip in here too, of me talking and showing you a couple of the pieces, how they were still pretty like wet looking, but then they eventually did dry on their own. And I'll put that little video clip right here. Okay, so I thought I would go ahead and just do a real quick clip since I'm inside the house, and please ignore the dishwasher going on behind me, but you know, that's house life. So today is March 13th. The last picture I took, which you guys will see probably before this clip, was here. And I've just been kind of turning the papers over, and a couple of the pieces, I'm pretty confident they're going to dry, because like this one right here, that's the piano roll paper. That's how that first little sample I showed you guys looked for quite a few days. And it just, you know, kind of just dried, and it was dry to the touch. I didn't have any residue in my hands, nothing. Couldn't smell anything. It's just fine. So I think maybe it depended upon the texture of the paper or whatever. It's kind of making a difference. But anyway, so here is this one. It's not gonna be very good for me to show you, because I don't want to like show my whole house or anything, because you know, there's that though. So you can definitely see where I put the resin, but it looks really, really good. I like it. And then this one here is doing really well. You can see it's on its right side down, so the writing is backwards. And that's the eco-dyed piece. It's still pretty shiny. And the book page, and on with cotton rag. This is the cotton rag, and that's the dictionary page. And then this is the vintage ledger pages. And then that was just a regular old book page, and then the piano roll papers. Now, the lady I watched, she didn't show any way of drying them other than just like leaving them on her table. At least that's what I'm assuming she did. And so I don't know what the normal processing time is, because like I told you, the sample piece that I did, I just left in my craft room. It kind of got pushed off to the side, and I came across it a few days ago. Well, that's not true, not a few days ago, about a week ago, I would say. And I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this project I was going to do and film. So I don't know from the date I started it to the date I found it about a week ago, what that drying time was. Plus the fact, like I said before, my craft room is the same temperature as it is outside, because I don't have heating or cooling in my air or in my craft room at this point. So I don't know, we'll see. So that's kind of the little update now. Do you like my little things to hold down the paper? Get into the last ones in the bowls. I'm gonna have to steal these eventually. So anyway, all right, just want to do a quick update. Okay, so what I did is when I got these back out to my room, I did pick them up and look at them, and I didn't see any film or any residue on my fingers. I did on this one here, and this one had a little tiny bit, not much. I mean, I'm talking like minuscule. There, I can talk today. And I just wiped it off the paper towel, but there is absolutely no residue or transfer to my fingers or even to the paper towel once I got up the little bit that was there. So I don't know if that's because of the type of paper this is, or if it's a combination of the fact that this was done in an eco dye bath. I don't know the science behind it, but I wanted to mention that as well. Now I do want to say, disclaimer, that the results might be different for you as far as like residue or things coming off. I don't know if it's dependent upon your climate, the types of paper you're using. I'm sure the type of resin you're using. And again, this is what I'm using because that is what the lady in the video I saw, that's what she used. And so I wanted to use the same resin that she did. So with all that said, let's get to the final pieces. So here is the book page with the resin on there with the image. Just beautiful. I just love it. It's just so cool. Here's the thicker one. Of course, this one isn't as transparent, but you can definitely see my fingers through here as you can't there. So it's just a really cool look, and I love the fact that you can see through the writing on the back side. This is the piano roll paper. It's just got such a really cool texture, you guys. I just love it so much. And here are the two vintage ledger pieces. This one is fully saturated with the resin. And then this piece here I did separate because of the watermark that I mentioned earlier. So you can see the watermark there, the writing, and then up there their logo. And I think it's just really cool. And I love that it's just partially of that paper. This is the cotton rag paper from the 1800s. You can see the date on there. Really cool. And I love the frayed edges that are done. I already showed you this one, but I'll do it again real quick. I just love that it's just so translucent like that. And then this is the different type of older book page. It's just so cool, you guys. It almost has, well, yeah, plasticky resin. Gee, Abby, it feels like resin. And this is the super thin dictionary page. Oops. Super thin dictionary page right here, and it's just so cool. So, and this was the original sample I showed you guys that I did on just regular copy paper. So speaking of that, I did a couple tests because I thought maybe you guys might have some questions, but there are also things I was wondering too. So I wanted to play with adhesive and see if the things would stick to this. And so I used art glitter glue. This is Fabri-Tac Beacon 3-in-1, same thing. It's just in this kind of a bottle. I did that. And the paper, I just stuck it right to, and you can see right here, you see that it looks like a grease spot. That's where the resin is for my sample piece. So this one here is the the Beacon 3-in-1. No, Abby, this is the art glitter glue. There we go. Sorry guys, art glitter glue here, and this is the Fabri-Tac / Beacon 3-in-1, and it's stuck on here. I mean, it's on there. So that worked great. I also wanted to try it with writing. So you can see there that in black and in purple, and it wrote on there just nice, and it's not smearing or smudging at all. So it's great for writing on, for journaling. These are the two pens I used in case you're curious. This one here, and it's in violet, and then this is the Paper Mate Ink Joy, and I love these pens. So just real quickly to wrap this up, just want to kind of show you a couple ideas how you could use them. You could put these different pieces like on tags, and of course the size is going to be a little bit too big for these, just to kind of give you a visual real quick. So how cool that would look like on a craft tag, on a white tag, your white piece of paper or whatever, just how awesome that looks. And then it would be really cool too if you had like a stamped image on the back, and you could see the stamped image. It's like a layering collage effect. And then on the craft one, we'll just grab this one. Just look how cool that looks, or on the manila, I mean. And then this one here, like this one is just the ledger paper. Like that is just so cool. You can see the words through there, of course. And then if you're maybe wanting to put them in like in a journal as a tip-in or a pocket or something like that, you definitely could do that. You know, just like by making, just sticking it in here, you can see how cool this looks on the page. And then even, well, that's a grid too. Let me try to find a different, let's do this book page here. It's like how cool that looks, because you can still see the translucity. You can see the paper in the background. And the same thing on some darker, this is a darker coffee dyed paper, signature block that I haven't put together yet or finished. So like down there looks really cool. On a larger scale like this, you could definitely, I probably would trim this down. I would cut the wording off just because it's kind of crooked, but you definitely could put this in there, and it's just a really cool look. And you could even slip something in behind here, like make this a larger little pocket, or a larger pocket. And if you took this top part off, and you could stick something underneath there, so for example, maybe a tag like this, and then you could see, I'll hold this up so you can tell here just a second, but you can see the writing from the tag through the back of the photo. So just really, really cool. So just a couple quick ideas on how you can use these in your projects. And I hope you enjoyed the video, you guys. And again, I will link in the description box below, not only the resin, and I'll try to do the pens too in case you like those pens or want to try them yourself, but also to the YouTube channel where I first came across how to make your own resin paper. because I definitely want to give her credit, because this is where I heard about it and learned it from. It's from her. So, and I can't remember her name, but off the top of my head, but I of course will have everything linked below. So let me know in the comment section, you guys, if you've played with resin paper before, what your results were, if you use different substrates than I did, if you use a different type of resin. That would be interesting to find out. Again, I just used what she used just because that's the only reason why, I guess. And I just had a lot of fun working with this, and I'm definitely going to do this again. I may not in a mass quantity just based off the price of the resin, but you know, I didn't really use that much for this bottle, and I'm using it in applications like this. It's not going to be very often that I will use probably that quantity unless I'm wanting to use it on a, you know, sample like that or something. I see myself using this more in some of the smaller pieces like this. So anyway, just wanted to mention that last little bit. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. So stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.